Well, hello and welcome one and all. It's a pleasure to have you with us. As you can see, we are all set. The game should be a truly entertaining one. Whichever side of it you find yourself on, we have a grand mass of noise and colour, and the juices are flowing. And the matchday noise at this place is truly special. The pride, the passion, it adds to a massive sense of occasion. And already we're underway here. Beckenbauer did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Quality deserted them when they really need...
Oh, shooting chance! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
And we have our very first corner.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Opts to play it back. He's going for goal! Danger averted for now. Great ball if he can get there. Rummenigge. He's one-on-one! And the finish! It has a shot! And he's gone looking for... There's the shot! And somehow it stayed out. Griezmann. No, he's not going to get any further than that. Rummenigge! And he has kept it out somehow.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
And he's there to clear it. And now a sudden chance to counter. Oh, this looks sharp. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Has a look and plays it forward. Pedri calmly anticipates. And he's running through. Big chance. Rummenigge! And again! Goal! Sharp, simple, satisfying. He just knew what was on.
That's really good anticipation too, Peter. Just instinctively knew where the ball would be and where he needed to put himself.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, I guess...
Oh, he's been caught napping. Spread it left. Maradona. Now it's Mbappe. And that has left him in a heap. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. He's played him through. That's going to go a long way.
It looks very much like they'd be happy to settle for this narrow lead at the break.
It's run loose here. He's gone for goal! And it's in! They have pulled themselves right back into it.
Well, that's something that'll make the manager proud because they dug in deep then and they've got their leveller. The keeper deserves some sympathy there. He may not have seen that until too late.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Yeah, it's a very good contest with two very good sides and with such great individual talent on show. It could go either way.
Heads it! He's delivered all right!
Yeah, I'd call that transition with bite. They won it back and bit hard.
So we have a breakthrough. And that is going to be the final action of the first half. And the two sides have made this a pretty decent game so far. Both have contributed on the score sheet. There is a balance wherever you look. And we are up to the break.
Oh, what a half. It's been pulsating and totally absorbing. We're actually headed for a potential classic if this carries on. This is insanely good.
And we are back on the way.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, You want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
That was just poor decision-making and a weak execution.
And it's Figo. Could have been dangerous, but it came to nothing. Belletti is sporting a guilty look after that.
Yeah, the idea was right. The delivery wasn't. They can read.
Shot a goal! He's got a goal! They've done it again! It is incredible!
Oh, what a fabulous game this is. It just keeps getting better and better.
No space, no problem. You just cannot stop him.
Hoeneß demonstrated great strength there. I mean, he really had to hold his man off and just create enough room for him to be able to get the shot away. And I think it's just top play.
Quite a thriller this one's become.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
Pedri. Played out to the right. Maradona. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
And he's being shifted off it. Belletti. Just about up to 75 minutes.
Mbappe really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being...
Rummenigge! He has done it! And the comeback is complete!
The goal scorer!
The invitation was received with such a clever run, and he had that defence in utter confusion.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
I just think this has been a lesson in character, togetherness and composure. I think most teams would have crumbled by now, but this refusal to give up is brilliant.
There could be danger here. Face to face. There's the hit! And that would have been game, set and match.
Well, he's definitely kept the side in the game then. That's really good positioning. They could have doubled their lead there.
Coming on the field
It's their second corner of the game.
Number 42, Musiala.
Cleared without hesitation. And now they can spring out of defence. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. I think we're just about done here. Well, played right into his path. Mbappe! And that's been intercepted. Now this could be a chance.
4 added minutes has been indicated.
Owen has created one goal already. Into a minimum of 4 minutes additional time. And no, that was never going to make it. And it's Griezmann. Just eases him off the ball. And time is up. What a terrific response it was to adversity. What a fantastic game from those players. What unity, what joy. Well, hello and welcome one and all. It's a pleasure to have you with us. As you can see, we are all set. The game should be a truly entertaining one, whichever side of it you find yourself on. We have a grand mass of noise and colour, and the juices are flowing. This place is living up to its reputation as one of the noisiest corners of the footballing world. No decibels spared in this collective chorus. And as you can see, we've already started here. Some good work on the right flank here. Mbappe in acres of space out wide.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And they're quick to get it back. Cole. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, when it comes to youth and potential, Peter, it's hard to look past Pedri, who is probably going to have a very busy game here. I think he's got everything that you need to play in a midfield role, and he's so cute and clever with any aspect of the game in that department, which is usually the busiest part of any field. He will always find a way of standing out because of his beautiful, beautiful passing.
He would be the obvious choice, wouldn't he? He certainly has all the right qualities. Cole! He's delivered all right!
Perhaps deserves a little bit of sympathy here, because that's a goalkeeper's nightmare. It's clear that the keeper was unsighted by his defence, and by the time he picked up the flight of that, it was too late.
A 1-0 lead established.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
Nicely aimed pass. Adams does really well there. He is strong. He's through here. Oh, that's a key interception. Mateus.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
That's really well manoeuvred. Well timed, excellent interception. Vinicius Junior. Guardiola. And it's Griezmann. And it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Caught offside that time.
How many interceptions have we seen now? Someone's got to up the quality and set an example.
Well, he's seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense. Cole.
Okay, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
Pedri. It looked promising, but the final ball is just not quite right. Owen. Pedri promptly onto that, and that is that.
There will be 1 minute added time.
And that's another good win of the ball. And we've reached half-time. So there we are, half-time. Both teams head into their respective dressing room. And while there was a genuine flow about the game, most importantly, there has been just one telling moment. It is still very tight here. The game still up for grabs. And the half-time score, 1-0.
Well, for me, Peter, things have never really got going, but at least this will be a good time to reflect and regroup. I can see a few changes coming, because whatever they've been doing, it just hasn't gelled.
So we're just settling back into this second half. Griezmann! And that is wildly off target.
Another example of how comfortable this team is on the break.
Hermes. Owen! And Owen! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? And he's there to get it away. To Guardiola. And it's Owen. Owen has got himself a free kick. Well, you might think he got off lightly. It is just a verbal warning.
Well, it was deliberate, it was cynical, and you have to understand the frustration of being denied a clear opportunity, but it had to be done. Well, this is his opportunity to make the stake.
Big chance! Still chasing the game, trailing by 1. Cole. Pedri. Always onto this. And that is expertly dealt with. Oh, it's a nice
The
idea,
attendance
but
for this
the
match
execution was lacking. 60 minutes played. Rummenigge. Now it's Owen. Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
Hoeneß has every reason to be disappointed after being played in so well. The gaffer won't let him forget that. And again, they're pressing effectively.
Well, that looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. Your impression so far, Jim?
Look, they may be 1 down, but they're not shying away. Time is on their side, and they're set on using it.
Fiddles it through. Well, the chip pass hasn't quite come off. He's coming under serious pressure here.
Yeah, better communication and lots of contact seems to be the route to quietening him down there.
Mateus. Owen. Griezmann. Great ball if he can get there. He's through, it's 1-on-1. Can he finish? And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
And we have our very first corner. Half an hour gone in the second half. Oh, great ball! Oh, the ball's run loose here.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Now the finish! And he hits the net. And this is getting better and better. The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Oh, that's wonderful to see. The run was explosive, the finish exquisite.
So that's 2 now without reply.
Well, I think it's just the reward for their application. They've played with great courage to try and kill this off. And for me, it looks like they've just about done it.
Cole. Vinicius Junior. That's a shade optimistic. Hermes. Owen. There's the shot! Now,
Added minutes has
Matthias!
been indicated.
And again! Well, now it's a race for the ball. And he's there to clear it. That's really well manoeuvred. Cole. Oh, he's burst through. Oh, it's come loose. Skillfully cut out. And that is that. Well, that's a tough one. Losing is never good, but this one feels especially hard to take. Not a lot that went glaringly wrong, but the result is one that... So the wait is over, we can finally get going. Welcome to everybody who has joined us for this unmissable game. Hugely anticipated, hugely hyped. Undoubtedly the place to be at this moment in time. This place is living up to its reputation as one of the noisiest corners of the footballing world. No decibels spared in this collective chorus. And already we're underway here. Now it's Batistuta. Messi. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him. That's just playing it safe and simple.
Well, here's your hero, goal scorer, match winner, saviour, all in one. Lionel Messi is indeed one of a kind, and history shows that he is all of those things and so much more.
Yeah, we can testify to that, having covered quite a few of those games where he showed the very best qualities.
Time after time, it is a tale of the extraordinary, and we've come... Fires from distance. And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Messi actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Manchester United with the corner. They're first. Cleared without hesitation. And now they can spring out of defence. He's shifting through the gears here. There's the hit! There it is! And that really is so impressive.
Well, from the moment he got involved, he looked as if he'd go all the way. Terrific.
So we have the first goal.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
Costa Curta. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. Oh, he's been caught now. He's had a shot! It's in! And again, they simply do not know what has hit them. That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
I'm not making any apologies, but I was willing him to supply the finish, and he came up trumps.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
Pedro Neto. Now it's Messi. Batistuta. Well-timed, excellent interception. And he cuts out the supply. Well, the runner's been sold a little bit short there. He's having a go! And that is doing no harm at all.
Well, Peter, he clearly felt he was being invited to shoot, and it wasn't the worst decision he could have made.
And here's Owen. Half-time coming up, and little doubt as to which of the two sides is the happier. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Yeah, the idea was right. The delivery wasn't. They can revisit that further on.
And it's Owen. Costa Curta kept his eye on it.
Has been indicated.
And he can clear it away. Defending was strong and firm. And the whistle goes for half-time. How's the first half compared with your expectation?
Well, they had their opponents reeling in that half, Peter, and the break may influence a change somehow, but
Please
don't hold
turn
me
your
to it.
attention to the screen for
It
information
has been a
provided by the
remarkable
local
contest, decorated by goals, and two between them at half-time.
Substitution on the field. Number 10, Pedro Neto. Coming on to replace
Here we go
him
again.
is number 8, Mbappe.
Engages and forces him off the ball. That's been intercepted. Casillas comes out and deals with it. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Oh, that's an inviting ball. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
That was just poor decision-making and a weak execution.
That has been cut short. Dealt with nicely by the defence. Could have been dangerous, but it came to nothing. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Look, the game is full of ifs and buts. If only the pass could have completed its journey.
Oh, he's managed to get himself offside.
The attendance for this match was 70,987.
He's only too happy to take that back. Costa Curta. Costa Curta is there to clear. Costa Curta. Some resolute defending there.
Messi really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Beckham, gently done. Oh, that's clever. Bit of a communication breakdown there, it seems. And that is as far as they're going to go. Griezmann. Mateus. It's a good foot in there.
They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department.
Griezmann. Beckenbauer wins the duel this time. Beckenbauer with the clearance. Beckenbauer spots it and intercepts. And he's gone looking for safety. Cleared without complication. Looking here to chip it through. Oh, the chip pass hasn't quite come off. And he's there to get it away. And here's Batistuta. Chance to finish. Oh, it's fallen kindly here. Good try. The outcome could so easily have been different.
Substitution on the field. Number 6, Zico. Coming
Oh,
on the
number
field
2 then.
is number 4, Hirotoshi Nakata.
And now a sudden chance to counter. Costa Curta. Oh, it's a sweet ball that. Beckenbauer makes the interception.
There will be
And he
1 minute
thumps it
at a
clear.
time.
Back into the middle. Time is desperately short now, but it is a corner.
Substitution on the field. Number 5,
Oh, the number
Batistuta.
3 coming up.
Number 27, Serginho. Coming on the field. Number 21,
Casillas deals with it
David
effortlessly.
Number 2,
And that is it. The referee has seen enough. So smiles all round as they shamelessly indulge in the post-whistle euphoria. A win achieved through the right balance of... Well, they say football's only a game, but you should try telling this
Hello,
lot.
everybody, and
Without a
welcome
doubt,
to
it is the
today's
week's
match.
most eagerly awaited contest. A sporting event which has magnificent scenery as its backdrop. It is tribal, and it has aroused the most primal of instincts in so many of us. And we are glad to have you alongside us for it. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. The action has already started. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Oh, what a... There's the hit! Goal! Goal! There is the breakthrough!
Well, it always comes down to the telling final pass, and that was a beauty.
So, a breakthrough. Can he finish? Has another go! He has done it! And once more, we are all square. You score, we score.
Well, going behind has simply triggered a collective determination to hit back, and they merit nothing less.
Oh, the deftness of touch. Received it delightfully and finished it off sumptuously.
Yeah, the touch before the finish is so often the critical part, and we've just seen an example.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, I think the players will be buoyed by the fact that they've managed to level things in a hurry. Tails most definitely up now.
It's a pretty loose pass. Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. Griezmann. Odo. Rummenigge. Pedro Neto. Mateus. Owen. Tchouameni gets across to intercept that. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Guardiola tries to clear. Oh, well played. Griezmann, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory. Passing is crisp and sharp. That looks a cracking ball. He's cut it out. Rose applying the press here, a high press.
Yeah, we see this so often these days, but it does demand an awful lot of work rate.
And shapes to shoot! Goal! Goal! And they've got their lead back. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Rose get themselves into the lead.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
Well, there's the clearance. And it's Drogba. Oh, that's a key interception.
2 minutes has been indicated.
Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. And he's searching through. Yeah, that does look a foul. Referee's given a free kick.
Yeah, well, they were exposed and vulnerable, and he knew he had to do something to prevent a goal then.
Perhaps the final meaningful act of the first half. Griezmann! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. And we've reached half-time. Well, the two sides have made this a pretty decent game so far. Both have contributed on the score sheet. There is a balance wherever you look. No, well, the pickings certainly have been rich in this first half.
Well, we've had plenty to go at in that first half, Peter, and it's a fragile lead that could quite easily change hands in the second. If you like your football unpredictable, I think you're at the right match.
So we're just settling back into this second half.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
That pass is somewhat less than ideal. It's Griezmann! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. Drogba is carrying after that one. Oh, well played, well sorted out. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Good read, needed to be. DiMarco.
The attendance
Pedro
for this
Neto.
match was 72,306.
Beckenbauer calmly anticipates. Odo. Alexander-Arnold.
Great feat, that.
And he's there to get it away. And smartly reclaimed. Spread neatly. Kimmich. He really is being given no time to think on the ball now.
Yeah, and what they've got to realise, Peter, is that they won't get away with excessive force for long, so they're running a fine line now.
He can run onto that. Now it's Drogba. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
He's got the shot away! He scores! And surely that does it! Perfect time! Decisive strike!
After 77
Well,
minutes.
I think there's a few trying to claim offside, but he looks to have been on. Yeah, he was on.
Substitutions taking place.
So the lead now is 2.
Well, I think it's just the reward for their application. They've played with great courage to try and kill this off, and for me, it looks like they've just about done it.
Oh, perfectly measured that. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Stade de Reims clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
That's a sharp pass. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
No way through. Guardiola.
There will be 1 minute.
So just 1 extra minute for stoppages. Mateus. And that is it. The referee has seen enough. In the end then, no joy. Not for the want of trying, not for the want of running. Simply they were beaten. So the wait is over, we can finally get going. Welcome to everybody who has joined us for this unmissable game. Hugely anticipated, hugely hyped. Undoubtedly the place to be at this moment in time. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. And already we're underway here. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
Yeah, Thibaut Courtois. He's a huge presence between the sticks, and that's not just because he's 6'6", Peter. He's got great reflexes, wonderful positioning, and he's a strong defensively.
There's the shot! They've scored!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more. Well, we've seen the hunger to win it back and the focus to make it count. A very tasty.
He's going for goal! Oh, that looked awkward, but he had a good crack at it.
Yeah, it didn't come off, but still very good quick thinking on his part.
Now it's Neymar. Now it's Owen. Costa Curta kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Flattery. Beckenbauer promptly onto that, and that is that. Costa Curta getting this one clear. Belletti. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Now it's Griezmann. Law. And he's intervened well there. And he's managed to get rid and reclaimed it in a trice. Can he get away here? And the pass is intercepted. This is promising. Rummenigge! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
And we have our very first corner. It's a mighty effort! And yes, it's there! And there's the goal they've been looking for. A wonderful delivery, and all it needed was a touch.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball, made a classic move and met it perfectly.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Yeah, and you have to say that the contrast of moods are very visible now. They really fancy themselves to go and wrap things up.
So the perfect chance to get one back. Beckham with a real chance here. Beckham! Off the post! Deftly away. Now it's Messi. Flattery. Coming up to half-time, leading, and things are looking pretty good. And it's Batistuta. Mateus. Griezmann. Law. Batistuta. Shapes to shoot! And it's come back out to him. Oh, taken with style. Deep into first half stoppage time. A brutal goal. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, that's not the best attempt by the keeper, and he's just paid the ultimate price, hasn't he?
There's the hit! And he hits the net! Speed of thought, efficiency of movement, and certainty of outcome.
Well, he makes finishing look like...
And the referee brings the first half to a close.
Well, it's hard to say whether a two-goal advantage under these circumstances is decisive or not, but so far, I haven't really seen enough to indicate that the opposition can come out in the second half and improve to that degree.
Birthday boy, a
Well,
very
that has
special
been
birthday.
a goal-blessed half. It is 3-1.
Number 12,
That gets things going for the second half.
coming on the field is...
That looks a cracking ball. Rummenigge. Beckham cuts it out. Rummenigge. Griezmann. Now it's Neymar. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Rummenigge. Fiddles it through. That has been cut short. Hernes. Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Belletti.
The attendance for this match
60 minutes played.
987.
Guardiola. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
And he was alert to it. Well, there's the clearance. Oh, he's been caught napping. Oh, perfectly measured that. Rummenigge! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Couldn't quite squeeze that one through. Mateus. Van Dijk kept his eye on it, and he's there. Oh, it's Batistuta. Has a shot! No mistake! And they are dragging it back! Game on again!
Yeah, they were made to pay for not moving the ball smartly enough through a very strong pressing wave.
Bayer Leverkusen get themselves back into contention.
I think they can sense a comeback here, and so can this crowd. It's all systems go now.
Well, it looked promising, but the final ball is just not quite right.
There's a real appetite from them to finally put this game to bed, but will they?
Ernest. Owen. And he welcomes it in. Now it's Owen. Owen is... and the shot! He should have put that one away.
Well, he's clearly feeling that he could pretty much have the job done. He may well get another chance, you know.
Bayer
Substitution on the
Leverkusen
field.
are able now to make their substitution. It's been on the cards for a few moments now.
Number 8, Platini. Number 18, Dennis Lowe.
That's beautifully
Number 3,
weighted.
Van
Some
Dijk.
changes in with that part. And
Coming on
he's
the
had
field,
it!
Number
Oh,
21,
that was
Iniesta.
no routine save.
Number
Iniesta
17,
clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Number 11, Didier Drogba. Number 4, David Alaba. 2 added
Rummenigge.
minutes has been indicated.
Griezmann. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. So that's it. It is all over. Well, that was close. Both sides playing their part in a great game of football. A real ride. Well, hello and welcome one and all. It's a pleasure to have you with us.
Hello,
As you can
everybody,
see, we
and
are all
welcome to
set.
today's match.
The game should be a truly entertaining one, whichever side of it you find yourself on. We have a grand mass of noise and colour, and the juices are flowing. Such scenes here. A sea of team colours, songs ringing down from... It's Cavani! He's delivered all right!
Well, once more, it's him, and we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible.
There was no getting to that, no getting to it at all. Expertly done.
He weighed up the landscape, Peter, and he stuck it bang in the corner.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Well, there's the clearance. Well, they've got it back in a hurry, and he's managed to get free. Nicked it back promptly. Cavani! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that. Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces. Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
And now a sudden chance to counter. He might be in here. Horace! It's in! And the lead lost no time at all.
Yeah, and analysis of the goal should take a back seat to the importance of a committed reaction. This is wonderful to watch.
And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, there's resilience for you, Peter, as a side that...
Rummenigge! Cavani showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. And that's been won straight back. Rummenigge, Griezmann. Danger averted for now. Midway through the first period, and it's looking quite a game here. Messi. And it's Cavani. Guardiola spots it and intercepts. Spread out to the left. Vitinha. Goes in for the header! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
And they're back on the ball again. Mateus. Posh. Zakaria. We've got 5 minutes till half-time. That's been cut out, well played. Deftly away. Now it's Owen. Rummenigge. Rummenigge! He's missed, but not by that far.
His reputation is better than what we've just seen.
Two added minutes has been indicated.
Plays a delicate ball. No luck with that dink over the top. Cavani. Rafa Silva. Rafa Silva! Beckenbauer. And it's half-time here. So half-time, and it is all square. Neither able to pull away from the other, but that is not due to any shortage of effort on either side. It's a goodish game, this, and at half-time, it's one each. And we are up to the break.
Oh, what a half of football. It's 1-1, but it could easily be 3-3 or more. Breakneck speed brilliance.
Number 9.
That's a really interesting game, and they head in at half-time at 1-1. We are already promptly back underway. Now it's Rafa Silva.
Number 23.
Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
That just required a bit more oomph to reach its target.
Horace! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
And he's there to clear it. Malaysia have the chance to go the other way. And here's Griezmann. Vitinha. Malaysia are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
Rummenigge, he's tried one! That's a half-decent try.
Well, he doesn't need a second invitation, even from that range.
Number 6, Zakaria.
There is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change.
Yeah, they're looking for some imagination, and his job's going to be to add that element of craft and guile, the man pulling the strings.
Spread neatly. Well, that's well seen too. Beckenbauer with the clearance. Owen. Rummenigge. Vitinha. Bit of a communication breakdown there, it seems. And he thumps it clear. Reynaldo wins the duel this time. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Moved on forwards. And it's Messi. No, he's just misjudged that one. And he's gone looking for safety.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Owen. Marquinhos cuts it out. Rummenigge. Rummenigge! Goal! And the game is well and truly turned on its head.
Look, there just wasn't much of a gap to begin with, and to find it, I think it was a fine drive, and I don't think the keeper could have really planned for that. I think he's a bit unlucky in that instance.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Well, I think you can write this lot off at your peril. It's been a joy to watch them haul themselves right back into it. Now, can they hang on?
Griezmann, very much a man of this moment.
I think it's time for them to concentrate on closing this one out.
Good ball over the top.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
Rafa Silva.
There's the hit! It's there! They have stolen level at the last! The
Well,
goal
there's always a chance of being caught like that.
That's that, the end. So it is something for both, but ideal for neither. Both parties having to settle for what they get and hope for better. So the wait is over, we can finally get going. Welcome to everybody who has joined us for this unmissable game. Hugely anticipated, hugely hyped. Undoubtedly the place to be at this moment in time. And expectations are rising and decibel levels are rising. The noise is quite something. You can feel what football means to the people in this part of the world.
He rises! It's there!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
It was a great header. The invitation was irresistible, and the finish unerring.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move.
And the finish!
And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Costa Curta. Oh, there's a probing ball. Well, there was an element of promise insofar as they kept the ball well, but they did very little with it. Guardiola. That's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Oh, that's well spotted. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
The movement was good, but the pass lacked authority, a cause of mild frustration.
Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good.
Big chance!
Well, now it's a race for the ball. Well, there's the clearance. Now it's Neymar. That looks a cracking ball.
Now the finish!
And the ball's come loose.
Jabal! That's a half-decent try.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. And he thumps it clear. Guardiola. Mateus. Kante did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
That was just poor decision-making.
Oh, shooting chance!
Loose ball now, and there's a...
And again! Denied by an instinctive save.
Villa is offering a wry smile there.
And he's picked out the run. And they've got rid. And he's there to retrieve it. Great ball.
Has a go! He's scored! They have come roaring back!
And it's another really good show of character. I love the spirit and togetherness they muster. Never know when they're beaten.
It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
It's Neymar! Oh, denied brilliantly!
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
This possibly the last play of the half.
David Villa! And checked out by the most elastic of saves.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Pedri shakes to shoot. And that is going to be the final action of the first half. A pretty decent watch this, and each side has contributed in equal part. A couple of very good goals for the crowd to enjoy, and a game which is right on the edge. At half-time, it's 1 each. How would you review the first half?
Look, this match promised goals, and it certainly hasn't let us down. It's been really, really entertaining.
So both teams heading off for the break. An interesting game has brewed up here, hoping perhaps for a little bit more from both parties in the second half, but the score at half-time is 1-1. And we're already back up and running after half-time. Hernes, he has found the way through. So much time and space here.
Hernes! Oh, he hit that sweetly.
Not pretty, but it gets the job done. He's got the shot away! Corner number 2 then.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Beckenbauer. Now Costa Curta. Hernes. Oh, good ball! Pedri. And here's Owen. That's an excellent interception.
The attendance
Conte.
for this match was
Well, they could break here.
71,898.
And they're not going to make any further progress now. Owen. Owen unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. And he's quick to get it clear again. Interesting ball. He's played him through. He is through. He's had a hit! And that has earned a few nods of approval from the bench. Corner number 3 coming up. There's the header! Decent enough try.
Villa did give it a fair old crack, and he'll be encouraged to step up again.
Casillas comes out and deals with it. Beckham attempts a clearance. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. David Villa. It's come through and he's had a quick look inside.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
It's a sharp pass. Oh, he's been caught on it here. And back to the goalkeeper. Diogo Costa gets it away. Rummenigge. Now it's Owen. He's got away. There's the hit! Now, and the keeper couldn't hold it.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Owen. Owen! They just took too long getting forward.
Well, the whole idea of a good breakaway is to leave the opposition struggling to get back, and they were just too slow.
Number 19, Yamal. Coming on the field, number 27, Serginho. Number 7, Mbappe.
Couple of changes then in quick succession. And that could set him on his way.
You wonder if that's it now, but there may be one more opportunity, Peter, for a late steal here.
4 added minutes has been indicated.
Oh, smashing header! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Well, that's beautifully weighted. Owen gets into some space. Otto getting this one clear. And that is as far as it goes. Decent game of football, that. Intense, intriguing. And both sides, as it turns out, unable to be separated. Well, it is a game which, in the grand scheme of things, may not have too much
Hello,
riding on it,
everybody,
but
and welcome
it is
to
equally
today's
clear
match.
and very visible that there is much pride around it. Chants are filling our ears, proud renditions of hymns and songs. It is the perfect soundtrack. And expectations are rising and decibel levels are rising. The noise is quite something. You can feel what football means to the people in this part of the world. The action has already started. Rummenigge. That's been intercepted. And for a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again.
He's delivered all right.
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early. Yeah, I'd call that transition with bite. They won it back and bit hard.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. And it's Owen. Rummenigge. Foot in. So just a one early goal to report so far. 1-0 the score. And he's got the beating of his man. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Now it's Griezmann. Griezmann. He's beaten the last man. He's had a shot. It's run loose, and the keeper couldn't hold it. In he goes again. Oh, poor contact. Nothing on the shot.
Yeah, he'll be a little vexed with himself, having done well to get there first.
Ernest.
It's Griezmann.
Great build-up. It all deserved a better ending.
It didn't quite come off on this occasion, but it only needs a gentle tweak.
And he's being shifted off it. Vinicius Junior showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. That's a decent clearance. Well seen. Saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Vinicius Junior. Could have been dangerous, but it came to nothing. Griezmann does really well to win the ball there. Couldn't squeeze it through. Nicely aimed pass. Griezmann. Looking to go deep.
He rises.
Good delivery, but no joy.
Well, that's a move which shouldn't be allowed to repeat. A dribble, cross and attempt. All too easy.
Yamal. And here's Vinicius Junior.
Batistuta.
Oh, that looked awkward, but he had a good crack at it. Rummenigge.
There will be 1 minute added
Griezmann,
time.
a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory. And the half-time whistle goes. Oh, it's a half which has simmered along nicely, warming up to what may be a more open second half to follow.
On the evidence of what we've seen, they're worth their lead. There was genuine intensity and purpose behind what they brought to the game. I think they'll want a strong start just after the break, though, to force the issue that bit more.
Leading 1-0 at the break. So we're just settling back into this second half.
There's the hit.
It's loose and there's a race for the ball. Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Griezmann clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
And we have our very first corner.
In for a header. Oh, split-second reaction.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Now it's Vinicius Junior. That looks a cracking ball. Vinicius Junior. Vinicius Junior!
That is a more than decent save from the goalkeeper. All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
And now they can spring out of defence. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Yamal.
The attendance for this match was
Just about up to the hour now.
71,898.
Now it's Vinicius Junior.
Well, it's good stuff. This is better.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Quality deserted them when they really needed it.
Griezmann. It's a good spell of possession, this. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, while the temptation's always there, Peter, I think it would be ill-advised of them to try settle for what they've got.
Nice try, but he wasn't buying it. And it's Griezmann. Quality ball. Just about up to 75 minutes. Vinicius Junior.
Niceties are not part of this approach. This is actually quite aggressive.
Well timed, excellent interception.
There's a real appetite from them to finally put this game to bed, but will they?
Griezmann. And here's Owen. Passes short and sharp. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. 1-0 as we head towards the end. And it's Batistuta. Vinicius Junior. And that's another good win of the ball.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
Owen
There will be
is
1 minute
offering
added
some
time.
sort of an apology there.
Encourage the pass with an intelligent...
And that is as far as it goes. Relief, finally. Now at last they can enjoy the taste of victory. Fingernails bitten to the quick, but they have got over the line. Well, there's no doubt that this is a game which holds a special place
Hello,
in the
everybody,
minds
and
of
welcome
the
to
footballing
today's
folk in
match.
this part of the world. Expectations rising, Evidently the crowd hoping to be treated to a special contest. It is the perfect backdrop for the players to walk out to. And we have in front of us this gloriously imposing arena. Absolutely perfect for a game of this nature. Rummenigge! It's loose and there's a race for the ball.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
He's played him through.
And the ball's a good...
And the shots! And it's a goal!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
Just so calm under pressure, and he managed to fashion a fine finish.
Haaland demonstrated great strength there. I mean, he really had to hold his man off and just create enough room for him to be able to get the shot away. And I think it's just top play.
It's Griezmann! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Aimed beyond the defence. Has a goal! And he comes up trumps again.
Rummenigge clearly thought he'd done enough. The save was like a bolt from the blue.
Up for a header! He's missed, but not by that far.
Yeah, he may have snatched at that a bit, even though it was quite close.
Pressing high and with purpose. Alexander-Arnold.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage.
He's had a shot! They've done it! And again, they simply do not know what has hit them.
The keeper deserves some sympathy there. He may not have seen that until too late.
So that's two now without reply.
We're looking at a very different game now. The command has been established.
Ernest. That looks a cracking ball. He has found a way through. Owen. Van der Vaart. Rummenigge. Here's Haaland. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. And it's Owen. That has not gone well. Casillas is there to clear. Rummenigge. Griezmann. Passing is crisp and sharp. Rummenigge! And he was there to get a vital touch.
That's very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
It's their second corner of the game. Cleared away. And now they can spring out of defence. Now it's Haaland. Now the finish! Yes! And they're at it again in double quick time. How very smart. He just got it right.
Well, look, he moves and manufactures in unique fashion. This guy is sheer class.